be damned if I'm going to stand by and watch us lose this country to Donald Trump a second time. So let's get up and take back this country and take it back now.
Joe Biden fighting to survive after a fourth-place finish in Iowa.
You got to wonder, is it even possible? Is New Hampshire his make-or-break moment?
Let's talk to Fox News correspondent Peter Doocy, who has spent probably the most time of any Fox News channel reporter here in the great state of New Hampshire. Good morning to you, Peter.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So, you know, Joe Biden didn't have a good Iowa, and now people are looking at New Hampshire.
And he was saying last night, just hang in with me for 24 more hours. It's going to be okay. And so he is making it seem like no matter what happens tonight, he's in it. He sees the first four as one.
Right.
So after this, it's Nevada, then it's South Carolina.
And then Super Tuesday and Bloomberg with a couple $1 billion is like three or 4 days later. Yeah.
Yeah. So have you noticed on the trail with him the confidence waning? As the guy that hopped on the trail as the prohibitive front runner to the guy that's maybe fighting for his life?
If it has waned, he's very good at making it seem like it hasn't. And he's somebody, when you're in D.C., when you're a senator and then a VP for 40 years, he knows how to just make it so that...
And his wife's doing a lot of campaigning for him, right?
She is. She's probably his top surrogate as of right now. Yeah.
Well, I don't think anybody has had more exchanges, reporter candidate, than you and Joe Biden. They invariably get picked up, and then I hear about it from shoppers at my grocery store. Here's Peter and Joe Biden over the last couple of months on the campaign trail.
If you are the best choice for the Democrats in 2020, why didn't President Obama endorse you?
I asked President Obama not to endorse. Have you seen anybody draw bigger crowds than me here in this state?
Yes.
You're going to go after me no matter what. Yeah, you. And it's okay. It's good. I'm a big boy. I can handle it.
How many times have you ever spoken to your son about his overseas business dealings?
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings. Everybody looked at this, and everybody's looked at it and said there's nothing there. Ask the right questions.
And
I don't think I've figued out what the right question is.
Yeah, what was the right question?
It's been like a year.
I know. So we still don't have an answer. That's not true, by the way.
after he turned and said that, you actually were asking him more questions. He just walked away.
I tried. The thing is, with the former vice president, despite the clips, he's been very generous with his time, and a lot of he takes the questions, and a lot of the time his staff will see me out standing next to the car with a microphone, and they'll say, text me, okay, what is it today? And I always tell them, okay, look, I want to know about this. I'll say, hey, I have a question about this.
He's
and then
really defensive about his son.
Come right on over. So
He's defensive about his son, and he was on, was it the Today Show? He was on with Savannah, remember? And was defensive with her.
Doesn't like it.
All right.
Well, Peter, quick question. What's with the? It seems to me he gets angry so quickly. Have you noticed? It's not just with you. What is with is? How do you characterize that?
I did not cover him a ton before he was a candidate, so it's possible that that is just how he operates, and it is possible that we just have not seen him challenged on personal questions like that, or really on policy questions, in a really long time, or at least not since everything is recorded from 15 angles.
Sure. And tonight you're going to be at the Bernie Sanders headquarters, right?
And I was with him last night in Durham at the University of New Hampshire, and he had 7,500 people. He had he had the crowd that is closest on the Democratic side to a President Trump. And granted, he had AOC and the Strokes, the rock band, but there were a lot of people, and they were filing in for hours.
And the conventional wisdom is it's Bernie's race to lose.
Well, he won last time, so he could go. He's the only one who could go 2 for 2.
With his heart problems, I don't know if I'd want a band calling the Strokes opening up for me. Right?
I will ask him.
If you don't mind.
I will ask.
What if you wanted the millennial vote?
I guess
they love
so.
that band.
All right. Peter, thank you very much. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
All right.